Welcome back, tennis fans. Another GTL news video. And since the news broke that Wimbledon will not allow Russian and Belarusian players to play at this year's championship, there has been uproar. Everyone's talking about it on Twitter right now. There's so many people against the decision. There's a few in favour of it as well. And today we're going to talk about all of it in this news clip. To start off with, the ATP and WTA have come out and they have completely condemned the actions of Wimbledon. They are completely against it. They do not stand with it. And here you go. This is some of the quotes from them. They're saying, just in from the ATP, we believe that today's unilateral decision by Wimbledon and the LTA to exclude players from Russia and Belarus from this year's British grass court swing is unfair and has the potential to set a damaging precedent for the game. He's also gone on to say that the ATP claims that discrimination based on nationality also constitutes a violation of our agreement with Wimbledon that states that players' entry is based solely on ATP rankings. Any course of action in response to this decision will now be assessed. So it seems like the ATP are not backing down in Wimbledon's decision. They completely oppose it. And there's even rumours going around that if Wimbledon is to take place this year under these rules, they will not be awarding points to the players who are competing. So you will not be getting ATP points towards your tally for competing in Wimbledon this year. And that would just generally be shocking. I mean, that can't last, can it? So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some players pull out as well. And I think this is just the beginning of the end, really, for this decision, because I generally think Wimbledon can't keep this up and they're going to have to make a U-turn. You've got the WTA also coming out saying it's very disappointed, saying individual athletes should not be penalised or prevented from competing due to where they are from or the decisions made by the governments of their countries. And I feel really sorry for a lot of the players being penalised by this. I mean, it must be pretty tough for them to be playing on tour right now, knowing they don't know when their next tournament's going to be. Are they going to be banned from the next one? Makes it very difficult to compete. I think Rublev, as I speak, is in trouble in his match, and it can't certainly be helping them dealing with all of these off-court politics. Moving on to the next one, we did have a bit of an interesting exchange between John Millman and Marta Kostyuk, the Ukrainian tennis player. And Millman said, I feel like Ukraine would be better served if Wimbledon donated their entire profit in support aid instead of banning the Russian and Belarusian players. To which Kostyuk replied, Ukraine needs peace and freedom that we are dying for right now, not money. Anyone who thinks that decision like this one is targeting players personally is pretty selfish. Players are great part of propaganda and big example to their fans. Silence is a betrayal. So, and she's not the only one. I've also seen Svitolina echo the same thing as well. And I feel the Ukrainian tennis players, most notably the ones on the women's side, are really vocal in the fact that they believe that the Russian players should be banned unless they really do speak out. One thing I would say is it's very difficult for these Russian players to feel brave enough and confident to speak out because the repercussions in their country with their family and friends and themselves can be huge. And number two, a lot of them have actually spoken out. So I don't understand why she's saying silence is a betrayal, because that would be valid for the players maybe who haven't said something. But a lot of them have. And you've got, for example, Andrei Rublev writing on the camera, no to war. So I thought they've made their sort of their views known. But I do listen. I can't come on here and criticize Kostyuk. It's a terrible time, and I honestly pray for her. She must really be feeling the stress and all of the sort of repercussions of what's happening right now. So my thoughts and prayers go out to her, and of course her opinion and feelings will always be valid. But if you're looking at it, I think it would be slightly unfair for her to suggest that they have been silent. And not just that, I think it would be unfair for the Russian and Belarusian players to be banned from Wimbledon. We've got another one here, and this is, of course, Novak Djokovic. After his victory against Laslo Djere, he made hard work of it. He did manage to get a win on the clay finally, and he came out in his press conference and said, I cannot support the decision of Wimbledon. I think it is crazy. So he is firmly standing with the Russian and Belarusian players, believing it is not fair. Of course, he has suffered a relatively similar incident recently with the vaccine in Australia. The big difference is that was, I feel, more in his control in terms of he could have taken a vaccine to prevent it. I'm not sure what the Russian players can honestly do. And this is another quote from his press conference. He said, "I will always condemn war. I will never support war, being myself a child of war. I know how much emotional trauma it leaves. However, I cannot support the decision of Wimbledon. I think it is crazy when politics interferes with sport. The result is not good." So you can see he's very firm with his beliefs, and I have a lot of respect for him for that, because I agree 100% with what he said, and he knows probably better than anyone, being from a country and being a child of war himself. Well, no better person to speak on the matter, in my opinion. But yeah, that is the news story. Let me know in the comment section, what do you make of what's going on at the moment? Of course, there's simply a lot of drama, and I feel it's only the beginning. We're not sure what's going to be happening with Wimbledon. Are they going to make a U-turn? Are they going to continue with these sanctions? I don't think it's fair. That's just my opinion. But let me know in the comment section, what do you think? And of course, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you for more news soon.